Dear student, welcome to all of you in my online maths video class. This is the video class in which we should deal the next topic, that is chapter 7. In our last video class, we discussed about chapter 6, that is factorization. Okay, here the 7th chapter is related to ratio and proportion. Okay, ratio, the name of the chapter is, that is ratio and proportion, and this is the chapter 7. And according to syllabus, we have to discuss proportion, continued proportion, mean proportion. After that, componendo, dividendo, alternando, invertendo, properties and their combinations. And finally, we should discuss direct simple application on proportions only. Okay, this is mentioned in our syllabus, means A, B and C is mentioned in our syllabus. In class 6, 7 and 8, you already study about ratio and proportion. Here we should revise a ratio, and after that we should discuss some more concept about the proportion. First of all, we should start our discussion about the definition of ratio. The question is, what is ratio? What is a ratio? Okay, here ratio is comparison of the sizes of a ratio is a comparison. A ratio is a comparison of the sizes of two or more quantities of same kind and same unit. Of same kind of, that should be of same unit. Okay, means a ratio is a comparison of the sizes of two or more quantities of the same kind by division. What is ratio? What is a ratio? A ratio is a comparison of the sizes of two or more quantities of same kind by division. It means here we make a comparison of two quantities of same kind by the method of division. It means if we have two quantities A and B, then the fraction A by B is called ratio of A by B. Here A by B is called ratio of A to B. It's called the ratio of A to B. Once more, if we have two quantities A and B, then the fraction a by b is called a ratio of a to b. Is called a ratio of a to b, and it is ratio of a to b is represented by a b. Here this is a is to b. We read this a is to b. It means this symbol is for H2. Is for H2. Just now I think it's clear. What is ratio? A ratio is a comparison of size of two or more quantities of same kind, and that is by division method, and the units will be same. If we have two quantities a and b, then the fraction a by b is called the ratio of a to b, and it is represented by a is to b. We can read it a is to b, where this symbol is H2. Okay, this is for the H2. Here the each value, this a and this b, here a and b, this is called terms. This is called terms. A is called first term, and it is also known as antecedent. This is also known as antecedent. Means A is to B, where A and B both are known as term. A is called the first term and B is known as second term. But A is also called the antecedent. A is to B, where A is first term, which is also known as antecedent. Antecedent. And B is second term, and it is also known as consequent. This is also called consequent. This is called consequent. A is first term, antecedent. B second term, consequent. First antecedent and second consequent. It means here A is to be represent a fraction, that is A by B. Okay, is a fraction, and it is always positive. Fraction is always positive, therefore the ratio is possible only two positive numbers. Ratio is possible for two positive numbers, and it should be in the simplest form. The ratio should be always in simplest form. Now we should know some facts about a ratio. Let us see some fact about a ratio. What is the first fact? The first fact is, since a ratio is a fraction, both of its terms can be multiplied or divided by the same number. It means, what is this? First term, second term, antecedent, consequent. We can represent it in the form of fraction. If we multiply numerator or denominator by any number, then there will be no effect on this ratio. Or if we divide, if we multiply or divide by the same value, there will be no effect on the ratio. This is the first fact. The second fact is the order of the term in a ratio is important. Order is important. What is the meaning of this? Order is important. If we write here 2 plus 3, that is also 5, and 3 plus 2, that is also 5. So we can write 2 plus 3 or 3 plus 2. In these conditions the value will be same. But here A is to B is not equal to B is to A. Therefore, the order of A and B is very important. So we can say that the order of the term in ratio is important. Why? Because A is to B is not equal to B is to A. Therefore, the term is important. Similarly, in coordinate symmetry also, here the coordinate of any particular Cartesian method, Cartesian coordinate system, two-dimensional coordinate plane, the coordinate of any point AB is not equal to B. Here also the order pair is very important. Order of the term is very important, and in ratio also. What is the third fact? What is the third fact? The third fact is ratio is taken only between the positive quantity. The ratio is always in positive quantity. Okay. What is the fourth one? Ratio exists only between two quantity of the same kind. Ratio should be, in definition also it was mentioned that ratio should be always between two quantity of the same kind, and the unit should be also same. Means there should be no any ratio. There should be no any ratio between 2 rupees and 2 liter, because here rupees and liter are not the same quantity. They are the different quantity. Okay. So here if we have 5 rupees and another person have 50 rupees, we can make a comparison. Okay, because the quantity is same, but there is a no relation between 5 kg and 20 meter. No relation between this, because they are the two quantities, but both are different. And what is the condition for ratio? The two quantities should be of the same ratio. One thing more, whatever quantity we are going to take, that should be not only of the same kind, that should be same in unit also. Okay, that should be same in unit also. With example, what is the ratio of rupees 2 and 50 paise? What is the ratio between this? Here rupees 2 is to 50 paise. So first of all we just change rupees into paise. That will be 200 is to 50. That will be 200 by 50. It will be 0. 4 is to 1. The ratio will be 4 is to 1. It means both are the same unit related to money. Here the unit is not same, so first we made the unit same. In 2 rupees 200 paise and here 50 paise. Now take in the form of numerator and denominator, means in the form of fraction, and after that simplest, that is 0 0 cancel, 5 4 0 means 4 is to 1. This is the condition for the ratio. Okay. One more thing, here ratio is a number. Ratio, or we can say ratio is a unitless quantity. Unitless. A ratio is a unitless quantity, because here from here rupees 2 is to 50 paise. So here rupees 2 50 paise. We can write here 200 paise, 50 paise, paise cancel. That is 4. So here what is ratio? Ratio is a number. Ratio is a number, so it has no unit. Therefore, ratio is a unitless quantity. Okay? Ratio is a unitless quantity. The next thing, if the terms of the given ratio are fraction, then what we do? If the terms of the given ratio are fraction, in that case we have to change it. It will be better to change it in a number. It will be better to change that in whole number. Just like here, 1 by 2 is to 1 by 3. The ratio is given in fraction here. Then what we do? We just change it into whole number. For doing that, first of all, we take LCM of denominator 2 and 3. The LCM of 2 and 3 will be 6. Okay. Whatever LCM we will get, we just multiply this in antecedent and consequent, because in the first fact about ratio I told, if any value is multiplied in antecedent or consequent, not only multiplied, if multiplied or divided, in both conditions there will be no effect. So therefore, if we multiply 6 in antecedent and consequent, at all there will be no effect. 1 by 2 is to 1 by 3 can be written as 6. Here 2 3 is 6 and 3 2 is 6. 3 is to. Like this way, we can change the ratio which is in fraction to whole number form. Similarly, to compare two ratio, convert them into equivalent like fraction, like that. Okay. After that, if there are three quantity A, B and C, if there are three quantity A, B and C, the ratio of this will be A is to B is to C. Similarly, if we have four quantity, then the ratio will be C is to D. But it should be always in simplest form. Simplest form means if we have here 20 is to 30 is to 40 is to 60, then its simplest form is what? 2 is to 3 is to 4 is to 6. Simplest. Like that. After that, now we will discuss about the composition of ratios. Composition of, let us see. Composition of ratio. Composition of ratio. If we have two ratio, A is to B and C is to D, then the composition ratio will be AC is to BD. We just multiplied antecedent to antecedent and consequent to consequent. That will be AC is to BD. Similarly, if we have three ratio, A is to B, C is to D and E is to F, then the compounded ratio is what? Antecedent, A, C, E is to B, D, F. This will be multiplied. A, C, E is to B, D, F. After that, let us see. Means this is called the compounded ratio. After that, the first one was compounded ratio. Now we discuss about the duplicate ratio. Duplicate ratio. Again, duplicate ratio. Again, subduplicate ratio. Ratio and subtriplicate ratio. Subtriplicate ratio. Okay, so let us see with the help of example. If we have a ratio A is to B, then its duplicate ratio is what? A square is to B square. Okay, and its triplicate ratio is A cube is to B cube. If we have a ratio A is to B, then its duplicate ratio will be A square is to B square, and duplicate ratio of A is to B will be A cube is to B cube, and subduplicate ratio of A is to B is under root A is to under root B. Similarly, subtriplicate ratio of A is to B is cube root of A is to cube root of. Okay, this is the subtriplicate ratio of this. Also, if we have A is to B a ratio, then it's a reciprocal ratio. Reciprocal ratio is what? B is to A. Okay. Example, reciprocal ratio of 3 is to 5 is equal to 5 is to 3. Similarly, if we have a ratio 3 is to 5, then its duplicate ratio will be 3 square. Means duplicate ratio will be 3 square is to 5 square, that is 9 is to 25. This triplicate ratio will be 3 cube, 5 cube, that is 27 is to 125. Subduplicate ratio will be under root 3 is to under root 5, and subtriplicate ratio of 3 is to 5 is cube root of 3 is to cube root of 5. Okay, it means we have discussed all the theoretical portion related to ratio which is given before exercise 7.1. Okay, 7.1. Here question number 2 of exercise 7.1. Question number 2. What is given? Find the compounded ratio of the first one. Find compounded ratio of 2 is to 3 and 4 is to 9, which is equal to 2 into 4, that is 8, and 9 to 3, that is 27. That is the compounded ratio. Okay. Now, I hope all the students have completed up to chapter 6, and now they will start the new exercise, that is 7.1. But it's my suggestion that before starting exercise 7.1, you should write the 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 terms related to the ratio and proportion. You make a short note related to ratio and proportion and solve seriously the exercise questions. Before that, you have to solve the example question. Okay. Next video class, we will see some question related to exercise 7.1.